us, our own worst enemy. Divided in the hood, oppressed, we got no synergy. Work then retire and die, we got no energy. But this is just a sample of dirt. In God's words, we astronomers, proverbs and bywords. We should focus on the law and the glory of his word, cause the teachers and the doctrines of men is absurd. All praises to the Most High. It's our story, it's our story. Yeah. Read the book and it won't lie. For his glory, for his glory. Yeah. Yo, Israel. It's just part 1, man. Part 2 on the way. Check it out.
Shalom, y'all. Shalom, y'all. Shalom. It's your boy Michael Israel here. Got some, we gonna have some interesting news for y'all today. We got Brother Ron Dalton. He's gonna be coming on in a little while. We got some news about Dr. Mumbai. We've been in talks with her. So it's just a bunch of good news, interesting news, big things coming out. So we'll be getting started here soon.
Man, we gon' rise up. If you come against our heritage, we gon' rise up. It don't matter, anybody get it, man. We gon' rise up, rise up. We rise up. If you come against the king, man, we gon' rise up. If you come against our Elohim, we gon' rise up. It don't matter, anybody get it, man. We gon' rise up, we rise up. Rise up. And rise up.
Oh me, oh my. Atheists tweeting OMG. Life came to a standstill and then got real with them prophecies. Every time we done pass go, monopolize the monopoly. You give us 200, take 300, charge us for the property. Y'all gave us this authority. To be honest, got it honestly. Which means we are joint heirs. Siamese twins on a trampoline. We speak what he wrote. Melania's speech, Michelle's notes. Israel hit the ground running like a breech birth cause we got hope. Hold up. Yeshua is the Messiah. It's his will over our will, so we call that student driver. He calls us his song. Sorry, Mariah. Hopefully carry these notes. Addressing all outsiders, we will rise up.
If you come against the scriptures, man, we gon' rise up. If you come against our heritage, we gon' rise up. It don't matter, anybody get it, man. We gon' rise up, we rise up. If you come against the king, man, we gon' rise up. If you come against our Elohim, we gon' rise up. It don't matter, anybody get it, man. We gon' rise up, we rise up. Yeah.
All right, take
rise up. And rise up.
Rise up in the moment. See my people in poverty. Crying out to my people. Asking me why you bother me. Slaves, we living in colonies. Walking like zombies who bred with lobotomies. Even preacher man and creature man. Down low with them sodomies. And no, it isn't an oddity. Rather the norm, so check the academy. They say it ain't easy. I guess that's the academy. Rise, I'm getting that out of me. Know that they lie to me. No longer lie to me. The shoe flipped up the process. Yeah, I molded the pottery. Hold up. What they gonna do when they show up? Will they ever grow up? Cause some rather free with a bowl than to run and plant seed with a sower. You remember Noah? What you gonna be when the blow when they haven't reseed, then it roll up? Then you're gonna go up. You better reread what you know of mainframe, DP, and Toccoa.
If you come against the scriptures, man, we gon' rise up. If you come against our heritage, we gon' rise up. It don't matter, anybody get it, man. We gon' rise up, we rise up. If you come against the king, man, we gon' rise up. If you come against our Elohim, we gon' rise up. It don't matter, anybody get it, man. We gon' rise up, we rise up, and rise up. Judah, rise up. Benjamin, rise up. Levi, rise up. Asher, we gon' rise up. Naphtali, rise up. Reuben, rise up. Issachar, rise up. Zebulun, we gon' rise up. Manasseh, rise up. Ephraim, rise up. Gad, rise up. Dan, we gon' rise up. 12 tribes, rise up. 12
going to get started here momentarily. Bear with me.
Rebirth. Sometimes we focus on them curses, but the promises put fire in your soul. Fire.
Yeah.
Fire in my soul.
So much fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire in my soul.
Shut up in my bones.
Fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to Zion, they put fire in my soul. What's this? Got y'all all turned up. Tell me what's going on. So many Israelites searching who they are and preparing to go home. Wait a minute, I thought this was home, but you speak of another place. We in the land of our enemies in captivity, but the gathering is taking place. Fire.
Yeah.
Fire in my soul.
So much fire.
All right, shalom, y'all. Shalom. It's your boy Michael Israel here. You watching the Spiritual Combat Show, and as you can see, I'm here with my man Ron Dalton, and we got a bunch of news and events and stuff like that to talk about today. One of the big parts of news is, like I said, like you saw in the post earlier, I've been in talks with Sister Dr. Mumbai, and we've talked, and she said in a couple weeks, in about 2 weeks, she'll be on the show, and we're going to really begin to build with her, me, myself, and some of the other leaders of Rebirth and some of the other brothers here, because she really wants to, make ties and create ties with us over here. And same thing with us over here. We want to, make ties and bonds with folks over there. So I'm going to talk about that a little later. But what we're going to discuss first is Shalom, Brother Ron.
Shalom.
One of the busiest men in the industry, in the Hebrew world. You've had some new developments with the movie release and concerning that, so I'll just turn it over to you so you could go ahead and let people know what's going on.
So I think, now people should know that the venue is set for the movie December the 20th, 2018. It's on Thursday. It's going to be in Michigan at the Landmark Main Art Theater in Royal Oak, Michigan. And you can buy tickets, pre-order your tickets on www.thenegronetwork.com. And you can get regular admission tickets, or you can get VIP tickets. The VIP tickets simply means that we have a designated set of rows in the middle of the theater that's set apart for people that get their VIP tickets, so that they can rest assured that when they come to the movie, they're not going to be playing musical chairs and ending up sitting in the front with their head all the way back looking up at the screen, or way in the back corner somewhere where you're just looking from the side, at the movie. So, those tickets, the VIP tickets are kind of going fast, because, it's not, it's $50. It's not a lot of money. If you say that's, you're getting it now, and you got until December, you don't got to worry about it. It's done. You got your seat. You don't have to worry about somebody else getting your seat, or your wife sitting over here, your husband sitting over there, your kids are sitting over there. Because, when you go to the movie theater, sometimes you only have one or two seats that's next to each other. And if you got a family, you're either going to tell people to move, or can you switch around? And a lot of times that's not good when the movie's actually starting and people are trying to see and you're in their way and everything. People tell you to sit down and smacking their lips and stuff. So that's the VIP tickets. Regular tickets are $30. And we want the venue to sell out, so that it's a jam-packed full house. And when Mike Israel and Spiritual Combat comes with their camera equipment and crew and everything, that we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a lot of people don't say red carpet, so we can have a purple carpet. We can have whatever color carpet we're going to have, but it's going to be just like any other carpet event. It's going to be a big event for us as Israelites, because nowhere have we seen, we haven't really seen Hebrew movies down the years by Hollywood, Jewish Hollywood, which we know they're not going to do. And we know a lot of the Black Hollywood celebrities, they can't bite the hand that feeds them. So, a lot of times they're not gonna donate their money anonymously or try to put the money together to put together a Hebrew movie that's going to show who we are as a people and really stir up controversy and rock the boat, because we're all tired of seeing the same images of a white Jesus and white Israelites and white Egyptians and everything white. I think that, I don't think that they're ever going to stop putting out biblical movies such as, Passion of the Christ and Noah and Abraham and Apostle Paul. And they're never going to stop putting out biblical movies, because that's what people like to see. This is a Christian nation. So, but they're never going to show us as who we really are, instead of just showing us as they usually do, as beggars, servants, thieves, slaves, all these different things are usually the roles that Black people play in these Jewish-controlled Hollywood movies. And I don't know if people noticed, and I talked about this on Instagram and other people, but The First Purge, anybody seen the movie The First Purge, is basically about, purging people for 12 hours. People know what the storyline is about the purge, but this movie, basically, the white people and the Black people weren't really purging each other. They were just having fun, partying, just enjoying each other together. Nobody was purging, even though it was supposed to be a purge. And the government said, we can't have this. They got to kill these Black people. So they sent in undercover military, to actually purge the Black people in the lower income communities. But when you look at these kind of movies, you got to wonder to yourself, who's producing these movies? Who's behind this? And how come they're not Persian Asians? How come they're not Persian Indians? How come they're not Persian Arabs? How come they're not Persian Jews? Why has it got to be the lower inner city Black communities? And then you Google who's the producer, and you see Michael Bay, Transformers. You see Jason Blum, and you research about their history, their early childhood, and you see that they all are raised Jewish. So you see that there's a clear agenda, even though it's entertainment, supposedly it's a subliminal message behind these movies, and not just that movie, but other movies like The Matrix, Tarzan, it's so many different movies. Black Panther, there's so many different things that they're showing you subliminals and really kind of showing you what time we're living in and who we are as a people. And we don't even see. A lot of us are really asleep. It includes some Hebrew Israelites. But we're waking up and we're not falling for the okie doke. And this movie is really going to shock a lot of people. And I think it's time for a shock factor movie that's going to really lay the truth out. Because when the truth really rolls out, it's going to really hurt a lot of folk that really believes in what we've always been taught. And so I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of reaction, good and bad, from what people see in the movie. And people might say, oh, no, he didn't. And yes, he did do it. He did come out with this kind of movie with the truth, because it's about time that we had some truth. I'm excited. December 20th is going to be D-Day. It's going to be Redemption Day. It's going to be Celebration Day for us. And I'm basically saying that I'm basically praying, which I know is going to happen, is that it's going to spread like a ripple effect, like cancer, like an epidemic across America, the Caribbean, the South America, Mesoamerica, the United Kingdom, and also Africa, even to other countries as well.
And just to kind of piggyback on what you said, that bring us back to what we were talking about earlier, is I talked with Dr. Mumbai on Messenger. Now, we didn't talk in person, but I got all of her contact information, and she was just, what she was saying is that she's amazed at the awakening that's happening here in America, and she called us the tribe of Judah, but she said the other 11 tribes, the people in Africa are totally asleep. But here's an interesting thing. She was saying how, and me and some other brothers was talking about how those people over there, they kind of mirror whatever we do. Brother Ron was talking with me earlier. Ron Dalton was talking to me earlier and just saying how he felt very led to go to Africa and to get over there. And talking to Dr. Mumbai, this is something very big, because for us to come over there with a documentary of that level, because that's Hollywood level quality, that's going to be a Hollywood quality production, and bring that over there, it's really going to smash into that. That's really going to wake these people up on a big level when they see this, you know? So, and that's just one of the things that came out of our conversation about the importance of us linking up with all these different leaders here, here in the States, and getting a solid connection, because, I mean, she has her finger on the pulse of what's going on over there in Africa, you know? So that's a big thing. If you could, Ron, talk on that a little bit, if you could.
Yeah, I get a lot of people lately, actually, that's been contacting me from Africa, and they could be from the Congo, they could be from Cameroon, they could be from Rwanda, the Tutsis and the Hutus, and South Africa, and different parts of West Africa. And even in the UK, when you got people that's Jamaican, or they Nigerian, Igbo, or Yoruba, or they're from the islands, such as I had a couple of people contact me that's from the little small island called Martinique in the Caribbean, and you know, all over they're waking up, and they're saying that, you know, we're from the tribe of Judah. They're having revelations, they're having visions, they're being shown things. The Most High is putting in their spirit, and they're waking up people too as well. And I think that is good, because a lot of, you know, it's going to be a lot of demand where people that are following us in Africa, they're going to say, well, we want this movie in Africa, and we got theaters here in Africa, and the youth are going to eat this up. And then once you hit the youth in the movie theaters, you can hit the colleges. And that's one of the things that a guy is from the God tribe in Accra, Ghana, he said that, you know, if we can hit the movie theaters, then eventually we can hit the schools. And that's the same effect that, you know, we need to have over here in America. Once we show this movie in the theaters, and it goes to this theater over here, this theater over here, this theater over here, different cities, then the next step, you know, we're approaching Black History Month in February next year. And so once it starts to hit the Black colleges, the historical Black colleges, universities, then all it's going to do is send a ripple effect to other Black college universities, and a lot of the faculty and the teachers will have basically no choice but to say, well, this is the truth. We need to teach this more, because right now all we're teaching is our history going back until the 1600s with slavery, and Sojourner Truth, and you know, Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, and you know, all these different people we've been taught, you know, in Westernized school. They're going to say, well, we need to be teaching our real history, not just slavery, but who we are as a people. And I think that that's going to be big for our people, because the youth right now are so caught up in other things. You know, it's really a lot of la la land stuff going on right now. If you look at, you know, a lot of stuff on Instagram, you know, you can do a post about some silly stuff, a silly skit, and it may get 3 million views. It's one post. One post on Instagram will get 3 million views. And there's 45 million Black people in America. But you're seeing how social media is so powerful that you're getting 3 million people just looking at one post on Instagram, maybe even on Facebook or YouTube. And so that's how powerful social media is. And the youth are the ones that's really, really out there in the social media. So, you know, the youth in Africa, the youth in America, like you said, it's really interesting where you see the remnant of Judah scattered to the Americas that's really grabbing the bull by the handles, is really setting forth this awakening, because we all know, and actually I'm going to show my movie about the tribe of Judah and the connections between the tribe of Judah and the slave coast, all the way from Benin, Togo, Yoruba land, Igbo land, Cameroon, and also the Congo and the different parts of countries around the Congo, where you have people that are descendants of Congo people that are scattered, such as Angola and Gabon and different Zambia and different places like that. So yes, Judah is regathering, waking up the tribes, and at some point, we're gonna have to scratch all this animosity or ill feelings we have towards our brothers on the other side, on Africa, and then the same thing with the people in Africa. There's all types of stereotypes about African Americans and Africans. We're gonna have to just squash all of that, just like Ezekiel talks about the dry bones, and Isaiah talks about Judah and Ephraim, and they won't be jealous of one another, and it's gonna be like one big union, two sticks coming together, and so all this stuff is happening. I'm just sitting back and just watching all this unfold, and it's a glorious time.
Right. I'm looking in the comments, and there's basically two questions that are getting asked everywhere across all the places I'm streaming. And those two questions are, how do we get tickets, and where is it going to be showing at? So what I'm going to do while Ron's talking, I'm going to pull up the website, and I'll show y'all. And go ahead, Ron, you could tell them.
So if you go to www.thenegronetwork.com, you can even type in Hebrews to Negroes on Google, and probably the first thing you're going to see is www.thenegronetwork. And when you click on that, there's in the upper, I think, left or right side is going to be a tab that says movie.
Right here. See that right there, y'all?
Yeah, you click on that and you scroll down. You got your VIP tickets. You got your regular tickets, and basically you just click which one you want, how many tickets you want, and pre-order your tickets so you're locked and loaded for December the 20th. You ain't got to worry about trying to get your ticket November 20th and it's sold out. That's in the theater setting. So the first showing of the movie is going to be in the actual theater, Landmark Theater, stadium style seating, almost 500 seats. So you don't have to worry about somebody wearing a big hat or somebody having dreadlocks or wrapping around their dreadlocks and you're short and you can't see over their head. If you was in just a straight level floor, everybody will be able to see the screen. Everybody will be able to hear the sound. The concession stand will be open for those that have kids or those that want to get popcorn and candy and water and whatever else they want to drink. And we will be making it an event. We will not just be there and then see the movie and go home. We have the theater from 7 o'clock until 11:30. So, I'm not going to tell people how long the movie is, but it's going to be longer than 2.5 hours, but it ain't going to be as long as the Malcolm X movie. If people saw Malcolm X, that was a pretty long movie. But we're going to have, introduction before the movie starts, get people hyped up, some words from myself and others. And then after the movie plays, we're going to get some feedback from the crowd with a Q&A session, a panel. And then afterwards, we're going to have all types of pictures, and Mike's going to be there interviewing people, fellowshipping. People can meet me. And it's gonna be a before and after red carpet event, just like that, So this ain't gonna be no ghetto style type deal. We're gonna do a Hebrew style. Yeah, we're gonna be Hebrew style, and already know that it's gonna be people possibly people of different races there too. So don't be surprised if you see Caucasians there, Jewish people there, Asians there, Arabs there, because when we share this stuff on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, on the street, passing out flyers, anybody can see this. So any person that's Jewish that's following or secretly watching us and loving our material or hating our material, they might just want to get a ticket just to be an insider to say, okay, I seen the movie. This is what they're showing. This is what they're talking about, and they go back and tell their people, look, man, this Hebrews Negroes movie is really dropping too much information. But hey, it's coming out, and that's how you get your ticket. And I urge everybody to get their ticket early as possible. Get your seat, because there's no guarantee that by December 20th you can walk in and just get your tickets at the door. And you see on this page, I saw how I got there. I know I increased the size of this. But it's just you go to this tab. But what I wanted to tell y'all is he has 2 flyers here. And we need your help. If you can, go there, get this flyer, and share it. And we're gonna be telling you to do that more and more as the time gets closer, because that's one of the main ways we're going to promote this. Go ahead, Ron. Yeah, basically, what they really can do is they can use the snipping tool on their computer and snip that picture out, save it as a JPEG file to the computer, and then you can send it, blast it, email it, Facebook it, and to everybody you know. Because what we're trying to do is sell out this movie, and then if we see that the demand is high, we can have another one in Detroit, and then we can start. We're already starting to work on getting the movie shown in New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Atlanta,
Africa.
yeah, Africa, California. So a lot of the Hebrews that are asking, "What is it coming to my state? Is it coming to my state?" Yeah, it's coming. It's coming to the state. Just be patient with us, and we're gonna have a treat for those who actually see the movie in the theater versus those who may see it on Vimeo or see it on Amazon. I'm going to give you a special. We're trying to do a special director's cut so that you get some stuff that people don't really see unless they come out and support the whole event movement of the movies being shown.
Okay, and what do they need to do if because people like and they do this. They always ask this is well, what about my city? If they got a city, what do they need to do if they want it to come to their city?
Well, we can. Well, the easy thing is they can just do is email me. They can email me at HebrewsToNegroes@yahoo.com and tell me what city they in. Is there enough people in there? Because there's some states that don't really have a Hebrew community. It's like you might have one person that say, man, everybody here is asleep. I don't know nobody's really interested into this stuff. Those kind of cities. If I bring the movie there to that city, who's to tell? It may be just a family of 7 people sitting in the movie theater and that's it. But you can still email me and tell me your city. Is there any small theaters in your city? And if you have information on how much do they charge to rent out the theater, how many people do they seat? What days of the week do they allow independent films to be shown? Most of the time it's Monday through Thursday. These kind of information will help us to start to get these events going, get these, book these locations. So really the main thing is the name of the movie theater, the website link, maybe the phone number that we can get off the email. Also, how many people there's a seat, how much is the charge for the movie? How much they charge to rent the theater out. And even if it takes a while to get to your city, we still plan on putting it out on Vimeo. Vimeo and YouTube have an on-demand service, I think, and you can get it on there until we can get it on Amazon or I can get it on DVD and sell it from my actual website.
All right. Yeah. So it's just if you want it to come, make it happen. Ron, if you could tell them how many people you need to make it, or is there a number? Is there a certain amount of people that they got to have, or how? That just all depends on the movie theater and all that.
Well, some of these theaters, they a lot of theaters they only seat about 150, 170. But then you get some theaters that have a theater that seats 300, 400, and almost up to 500. Of course, the more is better because the more people we have in one theater seeing one movie, you feel like a sense of we in here, we all a part of this movement. We watch the movie together. You look to your left as a black person. You look to your right as a black person. You look around, you see different races. So you're seeing that everybody is getting into this truth. Where they could be anywhere else watching any other movie, Jurassic Park or something. They could be getting some fictional movie, but they're here because they want to know the truth. They want to see what I have to show on the movie screen, and I think that speaks volumes. So instead of, you can watch it at the comfort of your home or on your TV with Vimeo, even with a DVD, you pop into the DVD player, but nothing beats the theater experience of watching the movie on the big screen. Just like Black Panther, we supported that wholeheartedly. And
the thing is if don't be so focused on it coming to your city or your state. If it comes to your region, try to get out there. You know what I'm saying? But I know Ron's gonna do the best he can to get it to work on getting it and so everybody can see it. But if it comes to your region, try to get out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because, we definitely need to support this. And then we're going to, I already know 2019, man, is going to be a big push with creating bridges and bonds with Africa. So this is one of the, Brother Ron Dalton here is on the leading edge of that thing with what he's doing. Yeah. And Morris and Josh and Sister Only Love and all them, they're on the leading edge of this, building these bridges. And I said, I feel like one of the big pieces in this puzzle is Dr. Mumbai. And I wanted to mention something real quick, because when I talked to her, she was saying how she was explaining why she really hadn't followed up and contacted people. She was saying what had happened, some people, and she said they were probably witches and warlocks, had trashed her studio, the one you see her sitting there, and they had trashed it. And I guess the way she knew they were into some type of demonic thing, I guess maybe they marked it up with their marks or something. And she was dealing with that. And I told her that I'd be praying for her and that I'd ask all y'all to pray for her. And that really encouraged her big time. So if y'all could, pray for her. Because y'all don't understand, man. She is the only voice to us on what's going on over there on that level. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming against her. Pray for Ron. Pray for me. Pray for all of us, because we're beginning to see some heavy pieces come together. Stuff like, for instance, me, stuff that was going on in my life, my whole life, that I couldn't figure out what the point of that part of my life was. Now it's all coming together, and the purpose is becoming obvious. And Ron, if you could speak on that a little, please.
Yeah, we all have sacrificed. I've sacrificed so much in writing these books, and
Ron, if you could, because I know we talked about this earlier, because Ron is what I call a grinder. He just grinds, and he don't really. Besides him doing these books, you really don't know a lot about him, but I know he goes hard. And if you could, Ron, tell him a little about yourself, about your family, and what you do and all that stuff, if you could, Yeah,
imagine people say, they say, man, you wrote 4 books. I say, yeah. And like my brother, he didn't believe me because I got 7 kids, so, he says, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. He said,
how old is the youngest?
My youngest is it's 1 month old. 1 month old. My oldest is 16. So I got a family like Bill Cosby. I got a family. The family's busy. We got kids, getting to school. We got, little ones, big ones. And then I got to work. I got to get, working. I'm getting fired. I'm getting laid off. I'm getting another job. I'm getting fired off. I'm getting laid off.
And look, I'm telling, I told him when I was talking to him earlier, I said, man, you need to let people know who you are. I made him bring this out because when we were doing a thing in New York City, he copied a text that his boss had sent him and forwarded it to me. And shoot, I got it right here in the phone where his boss fired him because he took some time off to go to New York.
Right before the conference, I had just had a baby. When you're over 35, you're considered high risk pregnancy. So they make you come get checked out every twice a week, whatever. And I had a lot of stuff going on, but a lot of times your employers, they don't care. They don't care if you need time off. They don't care if you do take the time off. You're setting them back by taking the time off, and then they get irritated and they say, you know what, just forget it. When you come back, sometimes you come back from your job after vacation or after doing something for the Most High, and you'll find out you just got laid off, or you got your hours cut, or they switch your position, or you're getting rolled up. So I've been sacrificing so long for this, writing these books and doing these movies, and people.
Look, y'all think I'm playing. Can y'all see that? Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they can see that.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, but But yeah, Mike seen all my kids come out the elevator at the hotel. You know,
His kids, that was a tribe. That was the tribe of Dalton.
Yeah, shoot. You know, we need milk. I press. When people tell me to do, ask me to come speak, you know, I'm usually there. You know, I come there. I don't just not show up. I don't just not call, no show. I realize that this is important for our people, and a lot of people they take off work and they drive with their families to these Hebrew gatherings, and they want to be around other Hebrews that are in the know, that are awoken, the fellowship, get some kind of support and a boost, because sometimes you feel like you're all alone when you're in your family and when you're in your state and nobody is really concerned or know about this Hebrew Israelite movement.
Right.
And so I understand how important it is for myself and others like Only Love and Joshua Morris and others to show up to these venues, even if we if we lose money, even if we come back home and now we need new wheel bearings, we need new tires, we need new brakes, you know, the car breaks down on the freeway. I had many times where the car basically break down on the freeway, and I had to pull over somewhere and I had to try to troubleshoot how to fix it and call people that I know how to fix it, you know? So, you know, and Dr. Mumbi is doing the same thing. She's putting her voice on the air.
And a lot of people don't like what she has to say. She's putting her life on the line. But I told her, fear not. I know you. You are on the leading edge. You're doing the Most High's work. It's good. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm going to have all these people. They're going to be praying for you. And then also with Ron, like when we asked y'all share those flyers, that we need that. Like because Ron, he's working hard for y'all. Where everybody's sacrificing. We need y'all support by getting this word out far and wide. And we're going to push that harder of sharing this and blasting it everywhere. Like Ron said earlier, we're going to push that real hard when we get closer. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, like if you look at it, like a lady, you could be one person in the church, or you can be one person, period. Like my mom has a lot of Facebook friends, and she's the first lady. And there's a lot of us that have parents that are pastors or deacons or ministers, and their grandparents are pastors. So, and a lot of people on Facebook. So all it takes is for you to share a video, share a flyer. So all your people, imagine how many people you can reach. And then they see it and say, man, this is a movie coming out December 20th. And if they want to make that trek and fly or drive to Detroit to be a part of the movie, then that's great, because we're going to do it in different cities. And we want everybody to fill up the seats as fast as possible, because then that's going to allow us to have the money and revenues to get other venues. And even if we got to get a venue and then also book the cafe or the restaurant, make it into a party, make it into a celebration where you have a movie screening, you have an after party, you're meeting the director, or you're meeting the producer, creative director, you're meeting other Hebrews that came there to support and answer questions. So we want to make this like kind of like when a comedy show goes on tour, or when somebody comes to your town and they're just going to different towns doing things, like, you know, musical artists like Drake and Rihanna and Migos and different people. We want to make it like that, so that we start hitting these places and it's a big thing. And we come out and support this movie, and then we start talking about it. The buzz gets out. I don't know if the news is going to be involved with a local newspaper, but we want it to be a big thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the news out there. I already got that figured out, so it's gonna be big. And me and Ryan were talking earlier. There's gonna be some celebrities there too, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say who,
but say no names, but
yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but but you know, there's a lot of Black Hebrew. There's a lot of Black people that are in the celebrity world, in the music, movie, TV, A-list, B-list, whatever you want to call it. They're in the know, so you know they're watching too. So don't be surprised if you see somebody that you're familiar with in the building. You know, hyping it up. You know, getting things lit.
Yeah. So, like I said, a lot of news going on. Stay tuned. As I get my show more stabilized and organized and all that stuff like that, we're gonna definitely keep you informed and updated on what's going on, in the community and what you need to be doing and what everybody needs to do, so we can, instead of being like this, we could be this. You know what I'm saying? So, but Ron, you want to wrap it up and conclude it for us, if you could?
Yeah. I just want to let people know that this is a big deal for me, and it should be a big deal for everybody out here. And a lot of people have told me when they watched my trailer that they got emotional and was brought to tears. And just seeing this kind of movie come to fruition, they're like, black people are like, yes, finally, this is something I can bring my whole family to and invite friends and people that need to be woken up to come out to see this movie. And you got to look at all the years and decades that we have been going to the movie theaters, and we have not seen anything that shows us in our true history, our true biblical history, and even anything that's going to really reveal the biblical history of the other people in the world. A lot of people are out in the world today that are claiming to be this and claiming to be that, when they're not telling the truth. The history is not being told right, and this is important because when you look at end times biblical prophecy, we know the children of Israel are not going to just have a good time in the world towards the end. We're not going to take a vacation, and things are not going to get better for us. Things are going to get worse. And whoever people believe Gog and Magog is, I have, in the movie I talk about that too, but people will understand how everything that is happening and is aligning up with Gog and Magog and the Ishmaelites and the Persian, and the Bible talks about Persia, Libya, and Ethiopia, or really the Bible says Cush, and the bands of Togomoth, and all these different nationalities and confederates that are going to come against us. We're seeing it happen right now. A lot of times we just don't know about it. We can't realize it because we're looking at everybody on the global scale as wrong. Who's Esau, who's Gog, who's Magog, who's the real Jews, who's the real Arabs, who's the real Persians, who's the real Cushites. All these things are important because it lines up with scripture. You can't really follow end times biblical prophecy and you look at the Israelites in the Ezekiel and the two sticks, and you're thinking that those are white people. Those are the Sephardic Jews and the Ashkenazi Jews, and anybody else that they're saying are Jews when it's really you. So I just say everybody, if they can, to promote it. If you can't make it to Detroit, still promote it and help get the word out. We need to send shockwaves to the world. The truth needs to air out. It's about time for the truth to air out. We need, like I said, we need something that's going to shock the world. And what better is it for that old lion, like the Bible says, that old lion, who shall rouse him up? And the scepter is not going to depart from the line of Judah. And we are Judah, and we're going to rouse it. We're going to rouse it up. We're going to, raise it up, raise the banner, the ensign. Everything the Bible talks about is coming, and we're doing it.
And I mean, on the leading, I'm going to do a show maybe later this week, but I'm going to just talk about some of the stuff I see coming together. And when we start going through this, and maybe I'll have a couple other brothers who witnessed this stuff going down, you'll see that these huge pieces are beginning to come together, and then you will realize what time it really is. I mean, it's heavy,
Yeah, because I mean, the Jews already they're waiting for the opportunity to build the third temple. They have everything already set and forth. They already have the Levitical priesthood that they say is ready to offer the daily sacrifices and the offerings and perform the rituals. They already have the red heifer that they say is without blemish. They already have all the different temple materials and instruments and different things that have to go in there. All they're waiting for is the Temple Mount or the Al-Aqsa Mosque, that's sitting in Jerusalem, to somehow go away. And they want to build their third temple there. But, this is all ushering in and kind of talking about, the end times. And regardless of how we look at the Bible and try to figure out the line of events that happens in Revelations, in the book of Daniel and Isaiah and Jeremiah, we do know that in the Bible, there is an economic component to the mark of the beast and the Antichrist beast system, and they're already working on that right now, as people can see, with the Real ID rolling out in 2020, with digital identification systems and biometrics coming to play, and artificial intelligence and quantum computers. All this stuff is happening. It's coming. We know it's coming. We might tend to ignore it, but all that stuff, the technology, RFID technology, near field communication, all this stuff is real. It's right around the corner, and we need to understand our role as Israelites and what we need to do to prepare ourselves physically and spiritually for the end.
Right, and one more thing, if you want to put your brick in and commit and put your piece in, is not about money. That's like the last thing, really. Let us know. Put it out there what you do. What are you good at? Like, we need everything. Like a brother, the brother reached out to me because I was like, hey, we need actors so we could start making little movies and shows. And the next day, I'm on the phone with a Hebrew dude who does all that. Okay? Put your brick in. This is the website to go to and do it. Arminta Connect. You just click on Let's Connect. You just click on that, and they laid out a little thing where you can put in what you do. I already am on there for one thing for my show, but I'm going to get registered with everything else. And so it's called Arminta Connect, just how it's spelled up there. And the thing is, this is the purpose of it. It says, we developed Arminta Connect to be a lifestyle resource to connect Hebrew individuals, communities, and businesses. So we need this. So we know what everybody does. So we can begin utilizing our people for things and get off these other nations and begin building ours. You know what I'm saying? So Arminta Connect, I'll have them on again. They're based out in New Jersey. They're descendants of Harriet Tubman. But definitely get registered on that. I saw a brother, one of my oxen here, just put the fact that Ron, we would need security at the events and sometimes to follow us around. And that's what that brother does. He's trained in that. So we need everything. Yeah. I'm a mechanic. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ron.
Yeah, tell them to holler at me because we already have been talking about security for the event. We got guys from Detroit and Pontiac that they can handle that. But yeah, tell them to hit me up because we definitely don't want no foolishness and nobody getting out of order. Of course, the Israelites, we're not gonna take out that. A lot of us gonna have we're gonna be looking to see. But we hope that we pray, and I know the event's gonna go smooth. Because this is about us learning who we are as a people. So yeah, everybody has skills. We need to come together. And if you don't know who to talk to, if you don't have nobody to share this information with, you can always email me at HebrewShenegros@yahoo.com, and I can connect you with other Hebrews that's on YouTube because I talked to a lot of the guys and the women, and we can make it happen. Because we don't know at some point, just like Enemy of the State and all these different movies, that at some point we may have to go underground. We may not be able to be on social media because we're going to be people that's going to be targeted by the government. The same way that they labeled the indigenous people of Biafra, the people that were uprising and really trying to push the Biafra thing, they labeled them terrorists. So when somebody labels you a terrorist and threatens to incarcerate you, imprison you, then a lot of people just go underground. So we have to start to align the people, the masses, and part of that process is waking them up. And this movie is going to help do that, so we can start aligning ourselves to be that remnant.
Yep, that's right. So anyway, y'all, that's the latest news. Definitely make sure I want to just say it again. Make sure y'all pray for Dr. Mumbi, pray for her protection, and pray for the Most High to keep using her as a key piece over there, just keeping people informed about what's going on over there in Africa. Pray for me. Pray for Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
I forgot to tell everybody, and I don't know if Josh and Morris talked about it, but during that same week that the movie is going to be playing on Thursday, on Friday and Saturday, we have the Reclaiming the Throne Detroit conference.
That's
so
right.
if you're worried about coming on just on one day on Thursday and having to fly back or drive back home, no, you don't have to go back home. You can stay for the Reclaiming the Throne conference on that Friday and Saturday. And we're gonna have the itinerary and the list of speakers and the whole event schedule and what we're gonna offer on Rebirth of a Nation .info, and you can go to the events and figure out where it's at on there. It's either gonna be on events or D28 Productions.
Okay.
But we'll have that up so people can also learn about that, and I'm sure we'll probably do another show about
that. It might be in about a week or two. We're gonna do like a comprehensive show, just giving you all the information that you need to know about the Detroit event, hotels, parking, all the details, so you can make your reservations early and be ahead of the game. So we're gonna information dissemination. We're gonna definitely keep everybody informed on everything that's going on. Somebody asked, can you post the flyer? Yeah, I'll post the flyer. But if you want to get one, you could go to the to the Negro Network website and just both of them on there. But yeah, we'll definitely post them though. We'll make sure we post them all.
They might be able to highlight over the picture and then save as. I don't know if it gives you the option.
Yeah, you can do all that. Yep. Yeah, I was looking at it. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, save as or snippet, yeah.
It's real user-friendly the way they put them on there. They put it, it looked like the guy who built the site, he put them on there so you're able to easily share them. So he did a good job on that. All right? So yeah, y'all, Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat, big things going on. And there's some other big news that I'm going to be bringing out probably later this week. But just definitely stay tuned because big things are happening, man. There's a lot of big things in the works, and it's an exciting time, and definitely support us. The way we said, sharing this information, getting the information out, praying for us. We need the prayers, especially people like Ron, and Dr. Mumbai, these people who are on the leading edge of this thing. They're like the tip of the spear on this big awakening. So definitely keep us.
We like David got that little slingshot, ready to slay Goliath.
Exactly. But we definitely need that. But there's a lot of big things going on, and look forward to seeing y'all here at Sukkot, because Sukkot will be here before you know it, here in DeLand, Florida. So I look forward to that, meeting a lot of y'all. But with that said, I'm Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. My man Ron Dalton.
Shalom.
And with that said, shalom, y'all.
What's this? Got y'all all turned up. Tell me what's going on. So many Israelites searching who they are and preparing to go home. Wait a minute, I thought this was home, but you speak of another place. We in the land of our enemies in captivity, but the gathering is taking place. Fire, 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 fire.
Yeah.
Fire in my soul.
So much fire.
Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah.
Fire in my soul.
Shut up in my bones.
Fire, fire, fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to Zion, they put fire in my soul. Ever since I woke up and finding what belongs to me, I want my crown and my robe like the saints of old, my legacy and history. Wait a minute, I thought you were the children of slaves, but you're telling me
where he live at?
Queens. We the chosen of Yah, the apple of his eye, the original royalty. Fire, 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 fire.
Yeah.
Fire in my soul.
So much fire.
Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah.
Fire in my soul.
Shut up in my bones.
Fire, fire, fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to
that's a good show.
They put fire in my soul.
Rebirth, fire in my soul, all flames in the members.
Yeah, use it wear it around your neck, but you didn't have it on that today.
Like cause it shut up in our bones, can't sleep so deep like it came in syringes. Why? Cause our king is tremendous. Most high, serial contenders. Hallelujah, Abaya, Yahusha, Yahuda, Yahuda. Get them hands up in the sky.
Have to go back and